Welcome, Maria, to Tohono Virtual Events. Our session will be starting in just a few minutes. This session will be recorded so that you may come back to it later if you need, and so that others who have missed out on today's events will be able to come and watch it. Welcome to Tejano Virtual Events. Our session will be starting in just a moment. This session will be recorded so that you may come back to it later if you need, and so that others who may have missed out on today's event will be able to come and watch it. So at this time, please mute your mic for the best sound experience. Otherwise, the feedback could interfere with the information we're going to be sharing with you today. Without further ado, here is Miss Kristen Sanchez.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming today. I'm going to share with you today about how to get connected with the EPCC libraries. I hope you all are doing well. My name is Kristen Sanchez, and I am the district-wide library coordinator and head librarian for the Rio Grande Campus Library. Before I get started, I wanted to share that you can participate in an EPCC program called Tejano Passport for attending these sessions. There is some information that I'm sharing with you on the screen right now. So if you would like to participate in that, I'm going to put a link in the chat room that you'll be able to participate by clicking on that link. Okay, so that's in the chat box. And you can visit their event calendar. It has their information right there at epcc.edu/services/Tejano Passport. By attending events, you can actually get points for attending these events, and that goes towards earning a free medallion for our students. So if you're interested in that, please visit this website, and you can go ahead and look in the chat box by clicking on the little purple bubble down at the right-hand side. Once you click on that, it'll pull out a little menu that has a chat bubble. And when you click on that chat bubble, you'll see it. And if you don't, send me a message back, and I will make sure I put that link one more time. Okay? All right, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the great services that we provide to support you with your classes. So I'm going to also provide you with an overview of online resources that you have access to 24 hours a day. So, but first, I want to share a little bit about the libraries with you in case you're not real familiar with them. So let me go ahead and put up a PowerPoint to show you real quick. I want to show you that we have 5 different libraries. Okay, let me go to the first one. Just taking a second to load. Okay, so this is the Mission Del Paso Campus Library. The head librarian there is Norma Ballinger. This is way out there by Horizon at the Mission Del Paso campus. They have a lot of great programs when we're open, and they have even the therapy dog for during finals week. They bring in therapy dogs, so it's real neat. They have a lot of fun events. Our Northwest campus is on the other side of town out there by Canutillo. It's actually right next to Canutillo High School. And it's also a public library. So if you didn't know that before, it's also a public library called the Jenna Welch and Laura Bush Community Library, named after our former First Lady and her mom, who is from Canutillo. And the head librarian out there is Laura Leanne Breeze. And they have a lot of programs for children, as well as, of course, a lot of support services for our students. And so they also add a lot of great events. This last week, they actually had a census event where they invited people to come out and fill the census. They drove through the parking lot. Of course, we kept socially distanced, and they provided help filling out the census to make sure everybody has an opportunity to get counted. So that's the Northwest campus. The Rio Grande campus, where I'm from, is located downtown. We're not too far from UTEP or the downtown area. And that is me over here in one picture for our tropical event with one of our other librarians, Mr. Tony Rodarte. We also offer a lot of great things at our library. We support most of the health occupational programs for the EPCC. Our next campus is Trans Mountain, of course, that's out in the Northeast. They have a STEM program. There is mostly science, technology, engineering, math, and now it's STEAM with the arts involved as well. So you'll see one of our employees, John Salas, working on the 3D printer there. And they also have a seismometer, which measures earthquakes activity. It's so neat that they built themselves there at the Trans Mountain Campus Library. So that's a really nice library as well. And then our final library is at the Valle Verde campus. It's our largest campus that we serve. I believe it has over 17,000 students when we're open. And they offer a lot of neat displays, and they have a very large collection of books. Okay, it's just a little overview of our libraries. Here's all of our information, including my email, gsunk127@epcc.edu, just in case you're interested in contacting me. And there's our website for the libraries, www.epcc.edu/services/libraries. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you another handout that we have to tell you a little bit about our services that we are currently offered. So as you know, all of our in-person service stopped at the end of March. Okay, so this meant that we had to put all of our library services online. Okay, so due to the fact that we're not at the library and we want to make sure everybody is safe, we also locked our book drops that are used to return books. So a lot of people still had some books checked out, and that's one of the major worries that our students have right now. But we have extended the due dates all the way through October 31st. And so there's no fines right now for any items that were due while we're shut down. We've already extended them to October 31st. And if we're still not on campus by that time, we'll extend it again. And so anyone who has any items checked out right now, we just ask you to hold on to them. And as soon as we reopen, we'll put a message out on our website so that you'll be able to see that you can start returning them and win those kinds of services. So I have a handout on the page. If you can't see it, look to the left-hand side and you'll see a magnifying glass. When you click on that, it actually pulls out a little plus and minus to make it bigger or smaller. And you won't make mine bigger or smaller by playing with it. So I hit mine plus size so I can show it to you a little better. And it shows what type of resources that we have available to you right now. So online, we have all sorts of magazines, journals, and newspapers. We have thousands and thousands. We have over 280,000 ebooks as well. So all of these are online that you can access at home. All you need is your My EPCC login. We also have a chat service where you can chat with a librarian and our library staff to ask questions. And we have that 7 days a week. So it's Monday through Friday. We open at 7:30 in the morning, close at 9:30 at night. Saturday and Sunday, we open at 9 a.m. and we close at 5 p.m. Okay, and just keep in mind that tomorrow, Thursday, is Professional Development Day. So all of our staff and faculty are going to workshops all day long. So we won't be offering any services until 5 o'clock tomorrow, because that's a different day than usual. Okay, so tomorrow we won't be open until 5 o'clock, but usually we're open 7 days a week that you can access us. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And then you can also email us. So if you would prefer not to chat with someone, you want to email, you can do that too. So we have an email address of askalib@epcc.edu. Okay, and the web address to go to this chat is right here. It's go.epcc.edu/librarieslive. And then our one last way that you can get in contact with us is by calling us. So we have our phone numbers on the page here at 831-8886 or 831-2442. So those are just a couple of ways that you can get in touch with us, and you can ask us any kind of questions. We get questions that aren't related to the library, such as how to register, how to sign up to take the TSI test, where to get tutoring, or where you can go to vote. I mean, any kind of question like that, if we don't know the answer, we're going to go ahead and look it up for you and try to find out that information for you. So don't feel bad about asking us any kind of questions, okay? All right, and if you do have questions during this session, you can feel free to go ahead and raise your hand or put a chat button, question in there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you my library homepage just to show you what kind of services you can find on our webpage. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And this is what our library homepage looks like. Okay. So on this library page, you'll notice that there is a button that says Get Connected. What Get Connected will do will take you into that chat service that I was telling you about. Okay, so when you come to any page, counseling, and career services, they all have this Get Connected button on there. And that's how you can find out how to get connected to them while they're working virtually from home. So if you look here, you'll see that it pops up a window telling you about the services that we offer and our hours. So you'll see all of our different hours, including tomorrow, how we're only open from 5 to 9:30 for tomorrow. Okay, and so once you do that, if you do want to enter into the chat, you see down it says connect, and it will take you into our chat room where the librarians and the library staff are waiting to help you. Okay, so that's how you'll get in order to get some help. Okay. For our library page, if you wonder how to get to our library page, there are a couple of ways. So once you land, let me show you from our college page here. I'm going to get all the way back out to the EPCC page just to show you what it looks like. So when you get onto our EPCC page, you'll notice right now it tells you that you can register now because they're registering for the mini-mester that starts in October. You can go ahead and look over here to the right-hand side that has the menu button. When you click on menu, it opens up and it shows you resources and services. The library is one of your resources. So you'll see that we're on your list, so you can click there in order to get to the library page. Another place you could go to get to us is you scroll all the way down, and you'll see at the very bottom the word libraries. If you click there, you'll also go into the libraries too. Okay, so those are just a couple of ways that you can access us. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few of the resources that you have available to you when you use the library. Okay, so on the library page, as you scroll down, you'll see the message that I told you about, how the book drops and in-person services are not currently available, and the book date is October 31st. So you'll look here to see if anything changes for us opening up or offering you to come and take your books back into the library. Okay, we'll put a message there. As you continue scrolling down, you'll see that we have a search box. This is where you can look for books and articles all at once. And then we have a section called resources. So we have a classic catalog, we have online databases, which is just articles from newspapers, magazines, and journals. We have ebooks, and we have library research guides. So I'm going to show you what a library research guide is first. So when we click on it, what it is that we create pages for your classes, like a website that we customize for your class. And as it comes up, you'll notice that they are all different subjects, including distance learning, architecture, automotive, biology. We have many different subjects. I wanted to show you our distance learning research guides. What they do is they provide you with information. So when I click on this first one, it says EPCC Remote Resources. When you click on it, it provides you with information about different services from the college, including Blackboard Help, childcare, counseling, library, tutoring applications, textbooks, writing center. We have all sorts of information available to you by coming here. We try to put it kind of like in one place for you to find it, so you're not trying to remember where you got it from. Okay, so you can just come right here, and we try to keep everything updated so that it's the latest information for you. Okay, so that's our remote resource library research guide. Also under distance learning, we have a library distance education page. And on that page, what we'll show you is some of our videos that we've created. So we have our virtual services, and then as you scroll down, you'll see video tutorials, how to access careers, controversial issues, ebooks, databases. So all these different things that you may not be familiar with doing, there's going to be a video on this page for you to be able to access it. So that's going to be on our distance education library research guides. And then we have other ones as well. So as I scroll down, there's some for careers. And this one does include print books. We haven't taken that part off. We want you to be able to see what kind of books are available to you. So once we open, you'll be able to come and get those. And then we also have choosing a career, how to search for books, how to get some resume books, some websites. All of these are just kind of like one stop for you to go and try to see this information. So that's what these guides are for. They kind of lead you to different topics and get started with that research. Okay, so anything you might be interested in will be under this topic. One of the neatest ones that we have is Borderlands. And that's I don't know if you've ever seen it. It comes out in the newspaper like once a year, and it's called Borderlands. And it's about history topics from here in El Paso, and it's put out by the Northwest Campus. It used to be Ruth Weiss, but now I believe it's Tony Purcell, who's an English teacher out there, are putting out this Borderlands issue. And you'll see all of these ones going all the way back to the 9th edition online. And it has a bunch of topics about El Paso and the region. So they're very interesting, and you can actually search it. How do I be a detective, and how do I use that in my papers? If you're writing a paper about a topic from El Paso, has some video histories, like oral histories from some notable people. So these are some really neat tools that you may not have known that we have access to. So these are all going to be on our research guides page. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit about how to find maybe something you want to help research. Okay, so I'm going to go by, let's just say I wanted to talk about drones. Maybe my topic that I want to write about is drones. What can I do? So first of all, you can go to this search box right here. It looks for books, articles, and DVDs all at the same time. It's been referred to as a super Google by one of our librarians. And so when you click in that box, I would just put in drones and search. And what will happen for you the first time you do something from off campus, it's going to ask you, are you a student? Okay, it may not ask me because I've been logging in today, so it may not ask me to log in. But if you do, you'll see a yellow box up at the top. It'll say, please log in, or if you try to click on something, it'll ask you to log in, and you just put in your My EPCC login. Okay, that's all you have to do. And so what will happen is then you'll be able to go through all of these great tools that we have, and you'll see books. And as you go down, you'll see other items as well, like this one is an electronic book. It says ebook. And if I want to look at that ebook, all I have to do is click a title, or I can click on the PDF down at the bottom. And what happens is it opens it up for me so that I can go ahead and see that ebook. And like I said, if you hadn't logged in yet, you would be asked to log in to prove you're a student or a staff or a faculty. Okay, everybody who's at the college can do this. Once you open up the book, you have these arrows down at the bottom where you can click on it to change the page. And let's just say I didn't want to go through the whole book. I could look on the left-hand side here, and there's chapters, Drones 101, Remote Intimate Casualties. So maybe I wanted to look about the war. Maybe I'm talking a controversial issue about using drones for war. So if I click on chapter 2, it will jump ahead in the book and take me to that chapter so that I can read it. If you'll notice across the top, it'll allow you to save some pages, email some pages, and print. It only allows you to do so many pages. It depends on the book. And like here it says you can do up to 100 pages right here. And that's like copyright reasons. Okay, it doesn't want you to do the entire book. Okay, and it might ask you to make an account with EBSCO to do some of these services. So if you do, there's a sign-in button at the top right. You just make a little account with them, and then you can do all sorts of different things with the book. And then one of our most commonly asked questions is, how do I cite it? So you click here on the Cite button, and it'll show you how to cite it many different styles, but our most popular will be APA, which is here. Chicago is used quite a bit. And then if you keep going down, you'll actually come across MLA as well. So you can copy and paste. I just ask that you check it because sometimes it's computer generated, so sometimes they may capitalize the whole thing or do something wrong. So if you click on any of these little blue links here, what it does is it will give you the rules about MLA. So how to do things MLA style or APA style, whichever one you click on. Okay, so that's what you would do in order to find how to cite it. Okay, I'm going to go back to my result list. Let's just say that all I needed, my instructor said I had to have an article. You don't want any of the books or the ebooks. So you can scroll down the page, and on the left-hand side over here, it allows you to limit your dates. So let's just say they said they only wanted certain dates, and limit your dates by using this little bar here. And it'll go ahead and update your results. And then you can also say what kind of source you want to use. Do I want a newspaper, magazines, journals? I just want ebooks. I'm going to say I just want magazines. So if I click there, it'll take everything away and just leave magazines. And it has the full text article attached to it as well. So that way I can click on it and I'll be able to read the article online. So for this article here, you'll notice it says HTML and PDF. So PDF, what it is like a scanned version of the article. It looks exactly like it did when you read the magazine itself. It has the pictures, the graphs, all the colors, everything is there. HTML is like a retyped version. So let me click on the PDF to show you. This is coming from Time Magazine. It tells you everything you need to know about it right here. When I click on it, I just click on the article here if I want to read it. And the reason I click on it is so you can see all the information. You see the title of the article is right here. The author is right here. Where it came from, was it published originally? It came from the source, Time Magazine. It gives you the date, the volume and issue, and the page number. Okay, and it says it was a cover story, so it was actually on the cover of the magazine. Tells you what it's about. That's what these subject terms will do, and a little summary about it. So it tells you all about this article. And then over here on the left-hand side, I have a PDF and an HTML. On the right-hand side, I can put email, save, and again, I can cite it MLA, APA, Chicago, whatever style I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to show you PDF to show you what's good about a PDF. It's easier to print. You get a better copy when you use PDF if it's an option. So you see you have a nice cover, a nice photo, and then you'll have the rest of your article as you scroll down. You have all these photos and statistics and things. Okay, so that's what the PDF version looks like. So I'm going to go back. And I'm going to click on the HTML version. The HTML version, what's real nice about that is you actually can translate it into other languages. Look at all the languages you could translate it. So if English is not your first language and you prefer to translate it into Spanish, there is a Spanish version. So this might help people who are just now learning how to speak English or would prefer to read something in Spanish to do it that way. It can also read it to you. So right here, it allows you to read it, and you can even choose what accent you want it to read it in. But these are some options that maybe it would help someone who's just learning how to read. So as you scroll down, this is what an HTML looks like. So you'll notice you don't get all the photos, you don't get all the neat look that you would with the PDF, but it does have some options that you can use for reading. And again, all your print, email, save, and cite are all on the right-hand side. Okay. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand or put it in the chat box, and they'll let me know what questions you have. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep going just to show you some other tools that we have as well. Okay. So on our main page, I just used this EBSCO box. I'm going to scroll down a little bit, And under resources, you'll see that we have ebooks here as well. So let's just say all I want is an ebook. I can click on the ebook collection. And once that opens up, I have a lot of choices. I have Credo, EBSCO, ProQuest, Salem. Right now, within that super search box, that was EBSCO. So I was already kind of looking at EBSCO ebooks. That's the way they look. You can click on either one of these and log in with your My EPCC, and then you would search for a book you're interested in. We are currently buying more and more ebooks since we're all virtual right now, so a lot of new ebooks will be coming this year. So we're trying to buy mostly ebooks. So you'll see a whole bunch more coming to EBSCO. Down at the bottom, you'll also see Salem Press. This is a different place to look for ebooks. So I'm going to click on it so you can see what it looks like. And once it opens up, you'll have a search box where you can put search words to look for a book, or you'll have different categories going across the top. Okay, so you'll have a search box here, and you can actually say, you know, it's a category or search in the title. You have all of these ways to search if you want to use it. As you scroll down, you can also just browse. We have different categories: literature, history, science, health, careers. So for careers, let's just say, oh, I want to look at some of these career books and just look at all the different titles we have. We have tons of careers. So if I want to look at one of them, let's just say, you know, I'm kind of interested in hospitality and tourism. Let's see what kind of careers there are. I can click on it, and it'll open the entire book to the table of contents, and it's in alphabetical order. And as I go down, I can see all the different jobs. I could be a cosmetologist, I could be a flight attendant, if I want to be a hotel manager, or maybe I want to be a travel agent. You can click on any of these, and it gives you information about that career. So that's kind of neat. I know today the Career Services was having a virtual career fair, and they'll actually be presenting on Friday for this exact same place where I'm at right now for the Tejano virtual event at 1 on Friday. It's going to be our career center offering you guys some help looking for jobs or telling you what kind of services they provide. All of these books can also give you some information. Okay, so maybe you want to try something under health. We have books about adolescent health, addiction, infectious disease, cancer. Any of these you can click on, even nutrition, now that everybody's home and eating. So you can look here and maybe look up some items about nutrition. I've heard blueberries are good, so I can click on it, and it'll tell you a little bit more about it. So it gives you all the information, your dietary intake, etc. So this is how you would use those Salem books. And we have them again for literature, science, careers, history. There's all sorts of titles. Okay, so those are the ebooks. I also want to show you our online databases. This is where probably most of our research happens, is on the online databases, because that is where we have articles. Okay, if you're researching a topic, and let's just say you're wanting to write something even about COVID-19, it's really not going to be in a book yet, because sometimes books take about 3 to 5 years to publish. So some of these books will get flown out of the door real quick with these quick publishers, you know, that just want to throw out something real quick. But for something that's good for, you know, writing a paper for college level, it'll take a few years really for these books to start coming out. Okay, so if you want something that's up to date, it's going on right now, that's where you find newspapers, which come out daily. Magazines and journals will probably be where you find your information on the latest and greatest of what's happening in the world. Okay, so when you open up that online database page, they're all divided up by topic. So you'll notice business, careers, controversial issues. We even have culinary, education, health and medicine, history. All of these different topics are available to you, newspapers, to be able to look at different sources. We even have one for videos because we have some databases that contain videos. So I want to start by showing you the general databases. The way I want to show you that is because when you click on it, it'll show you all of these are good for just any topic A to Z. So let's just say I'm not quite sure where I want to go. I don't know which discipline it would be under. You can just start here, and these cover pretty much all of the different topics. So you'll see you have all these little search boxes that you can start with. And usually a good place to start is right here with Credo Reference. It shows you what background information is available on a topic. So that's what we recommend is when you look for a topic, let's just say again, I want to write about something about maybe basketball. And maybe I don't know everything there is to know about basketball. I just kind of want to see what's available. I can come here to this page and I could put in the word basketball. And it would tell me from an encyclopedia about how basketball was developed in 1891, by who, and then if I want to read the entire thing, it would be here, read more. It would pull the whole thing down for me. As I scroll down, I can find out more about it from different encyclopedias, basic sources, you know, and this would even tell me about pricing of the basketball, how much it costs. As you scroll down, it's still more information. Encyclopedia of Race and Racism in Sports, Math and Basketball. So all sorts of different things all about basketball. And let's just say I have to narrow it down a little more. You could come over here and there you see this big spider web looking thing over here. What it does is it shows you basketball and some possible topics that you can maybe talk about. Some famous basketball players, some teams, maybe even the National Basketball Association. If you click on it, what it does, let's just say I want to look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. When I click on it, what it does is it will expand out and show me all of these information about him. And maybe I want to write, you know, something about him. I could look at all these sources to learn more about him. Okay, and that's what background information does. Before you even jump in and start grabbing articles left and right, look it up, look it even on Google, just to see if you can find some information about your topic so you know what it is that you're writing out. You know, educate yourself a little about it first. And look how easy it was for me just to jump into this Credo reference and type in and pull up some reputable sources right here. You want to make sure whatever you're looking at is a good source so that you're writing at the college level now. You want to make sure that you're using good sources. Okay. And even when I do the topic for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you'll see all of these other names popped up again related to the topic. Okay. And again, it's the exact same like the other databases. They all pretty much work the same. You have a search box, you put your words, and if you find something, you click on it, and then appear print, you can save it, and you can cite it. And I always recommend that if it has an email function, that what you do if you want to email something is that you actually download and save it to your computer or something, and then open an email and send it to yourself as an attachment. Because sometimes what it emails you is a link that once you try to open it again, it may or may not open. It may have some kind of a technical glitch. So to save yourself, make sure you don't have problems, I usually do it like that instead of just emailing it directly. But you can try it either way. They work. It's just that sometimes there's little glitches. Okay, so that's one of our databases. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go up to the top so I can show you some other categories. I want to show you our newspaper category. So right up here, newspapers. So when I clicked on newspapers, what it does is it shows you all of the different newspapers we have access to. We have the El Paso Times, and it goes all the way back to 1999. So you'll see it a good 21 years, including today's paper. So I can click here on El Paso Times, and it will actually open it up for me. And I can just put in my topics in the search box, just like any of the other databases. It's going to open up. It's going to look a little bit different than the others, but it'll have a search box. And in that search box, I'll put any topic that I'm interested in, and it will search for me and pull it up in the El Paso Times. So that's what's kind of neat. And of course, everything sometimes takes a few minutes to load. So let's just say in El Paso Times, maybe I wanted to talk about Duranguito. Hoping I'm spelling that right. Talking about the neighborhood that's been in the news recently that they've been debating about trying to put an arena there. So here it is. Here's all the articles, and I'm only searching El Paso Times, so I didn't have to put Duranguito El Paso Times. I didn't put anything because it's already searching El Paso Times. So you'll see here the word El Paso Times. And so as I scroll down, these are all articles. And you'll see highlighted in the box that word. Because when you put your word in the search box, it looks in the title, the author, the notes, trying to match it. And those that match come up under a list of hits. So right now I show 4 articles. Okay. So I went ahead and I want to look at one of them. I can go ahead and click on any of the articles. Let's see, this one looks a little bit more closer on my topic. I can click on it and click on View Document. And here it is. And this is from the El Paso Times. And again, you'll see up here at the top, it doesn't have the word or anything. It just has little pictures. But this one you cite, an email, and print, and download. So like I said, everything works the same. It just is, what's it called? It just looks a little different, okay? And so if I also want to see the El Paso Times, I can just click here too, and it'll allow me to look at the recent issues. Just by scrolling down, you'll see today's date. I can click on those dates, and it'll actually show me what's going on for today's newspaper. So it's just loading. It's just taking a second. But you can go back all the way to 1999 and do that. So if you're looking for a specific article, sometimes looking for obituaries, you can do it that way too. And so you'll see here it shows me all the articles from today. And then you can click on them to read them. So this is an alternative if you don't have a subscription to the El Paso Times. You pay for this through your tuition, so make sure you're using it. Okay. We also have newspapers that go back to 1690. So some really neat ones that you can get in there and look at, all about the colonial era, Revolutionary War, Civil War, anything like that would be on this database. And then we have Next Uni, which also covers legal sources, newspaper, businesses. It covers everything. So that one is a real nice database too. And it's not just newspapers. It also covers legal. They used to call it LexisNexis, and now it's called Nexus Uni. But it covers all of those different kinds of topics. And it also looks different, but you'll see here the search words that you can put in box. And then you can choose your date range and stuff in order to search. So that's our newspapers. And then one other one that we have up here, if you'll look, again, literature, if you're doing literature criticism for a class. We also have videos. And videos are really neat because you can see which ones we have. We have some health videos. We have some Credo video collection. So that Credo reference that I just showed you earlier also has a collection of videos on anatomy, art, biology, cooking, medicine, National Geographic. All of those are in this collection. And we also buy a database called Avon, which stands for Academic Video Online. When you click there, there's over 66,000 titles to choose from. So you'll actually see some that are from the BBC, which is British, PBS. So you can put any kind of search term here. Maybe I wanted to talk about the Vietnam War. Maybe I wanted to show something on that. I can look at one of the topics and search. And look through all the different video clips and videos that they have. And it goes all the way back to 1975 on this one. And you'll see that there's even some from recent as well. So you can see, depending on your topic, you might find all sorts of different videos. And for Vietnam War, I had almost 2,000 results. Okay. You can put additional words in your box if there's something about the Vietnam War. Maybe you want to know about helicopters in the Vietnam War. You can put additional words, or you can put the names of people, presidents, add that to that as well and see what you can come up with. But these are some ways you can search for videos, and then these will actually have the video attached, and it tells you how long they are. So 11 minutes, 56 minutes. So this is something to offer you at home too. If you're bored and you want to look at some videos, you can come here and see what there is on something that you might be interested in. Okay. And the last part of this I want to show you, I have all these other topics that I didn't cover, but they all work the same. I want to show you careers in testing, because this one is just a great, fantastic category that I think can help you and your family. So if your family is at home, you have kids, you have brothers, sisters, parents, you can use these for them as well. These are really nice tools. So there's one here called Learning Express Library. So when you click into there, what this offers are tools that you can use to help with different subjects: math, science, social studies, writing, English, any kinds of things. It also provides you with testing guides. So let's just say maybe you're studying to be a nurse and you need to take the NCLEX exam. It will actually show you some tools to prepare you for that exam. Or maybe somebody in your household or friends are taking a citizenship test. They will actually have those on here as well, and they have them in Spanish. So those are helpful. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go through each one of these categories just to tell you what's available to you. It'll even help you search for jobs. So under Job and Career Accelerator, when you open that up, it pulls down where you can build a resume. You can take some tests to explore occupations and find a career match for you. You can search for jobs and internships, and you can even limit it to El Paso and see what's available here. You can prepare for an interview, and you can discover schools and scholarships. So all of these have some neat stuff. So when I explore occupations, if I click on something, it'll open it up, and it'll show me explore green jobs, in demand, military to civilian. So if you've been one of our veterans, or you're currently in the military and looking for options for when you get out, and there's some occupational groups, and you'll see here that it says sign in or register. Up at the top, it'll show you sign in or register. So if you've never registered, you can just do that right there real quick, and you can register for an account. I've got one that I'm going to use. Kind of show you a little bit of some of the things that you'll get. So now that I'm signed in, you'll see here, launch career tool. Instead of saying to sign in, now it's telling me go ahead and start using it. It'll tell you can launch it and you can start taking that career tool. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go back a step. And then here again, back at my main center, under Career Center Plus, it'll tell you how to prepare for some of these exams that you might need to take. Let's say air traffic control or your CDL license, cosmetology and culinary. All these different exams, they will have practice exams or ebooks or flashcards, all sorts of things to help you prepare for them. So example for the nursing. Okay. If I click on that, it offers me all of these categories: preparing for the NCLEX to be a registered nurse, preparing for the NCLEX to be an LVN, a nursing assistant. And then you can see here they have practice exams. So if I click on a practice exam, what's really nice about their exams is they give you options to take them. So if I want to start the test, I'm going to show you, for example, if I want to start the exam, if I click on it, all I'm going to see is it's going to bring up some options for me to take the test. So I have 3 options usually. One of them would be like to take it in the regular timed environment, just like it would be if you were taking the test. Another option would be that you can take the test, and what will happen is it will stop and it'll tell you the correct answer each time you take a question. And then you can also do it so that at the end of the test, it'll give you the explanations when you're done. So those are the three options. You'll see simulation, practice, and learner, and then you can start the test once you choose one of those test modes. So this is really helpful to go through if you're taking an exam and you're not quite sure if you're getting the answers right. This is just practice. This will show you after each question, if that's how you want it to be under learner mode, to teach you so you'll know what you're doing wrong. And at the end of some of these exams, they will also tell you what area you're weak in. So you can imagine if you're taking an exam for calculus, it'll tell you what parts of the exam you were weak on. So that way you can go back and study so that you'll be able to take the exam when it's the real exam, you'll be more prepared. Okay. So that's what this career center is. Let me go back to the home just so you can see the icons. So they have those for all those different careers. Under high school equivalency, those are for if someone needs to take a GED test. Even in Spanish, they have the materials to study that you can show them. So like I said, this is good for your family as well. Okay. College admissions tests. So if there's anyone you know that needs to take any of these tests to get into college, here's how you can take the ACT, SAT, and even PSAT. Under school center, these would be more for elementary, middle, and high school. So under elementary, they offer tutoring for math, reading, and even practice for some of those tests they take at the end of the year, the STAR test. Middle school, they have math, vocabulary, test, also different kinds of tests. This is a nationwide database, so they may have things that we don't offer here, but some we might. Reading, writing, social studies, and even high school. High school math, which is probably way beyond my comprehension. And it tells you how to do reading, trigonometry, vocabulary, technology. All of this is available to you. And here's some TSI practice tests. Okay, so this is under the school center. So just kind of get in there, play around, make an account. And they even offer this through the public library. So for any of your family members that want to do an account too, they can get it by having a public library card. And they'll be able to make accounts and do all of this as well. Okay. College success skills. This is where you can find like time management, personal success, information literacy skills, organizational skills. Those are all under college success. Under College Center Plus, it also offers you math skills, reading skills, all of this at the college level. So let's just say I want to say reading skills. If I click on that, it'll give me all of these different categories that I can click on, and it tells me grammar practice, writing practice, tutorials, public speaking, all of that is available to you there. Okay. And then as I go back to the page, I also want to make sure that I show you the computer skills. So this is something that's real important for all of us. Popular software tools. So you might be real familiar with using Word, but are you familiar with using OneDrive and Outlook and PowerPoint? All of these are videos that can help you get started with any of these Microsoft products. And they even have graphic and illustration helpful hints like Photoshop and Illustrator, and then even down to the Windows level if you want to learn more about Windows 10. All of these are available on your databases under careers. It's Learning Express. And then the last one to show you is that one, job and careers, how you can search for jobs, because I know a lot of people right now are looking for jobs. Under search for jobs, you can put your job skills, your job, what you're looking for, keywords, what city you're looking for it, and you can then search the jobs. And then down here, you can have your resumes and job letters built, and then you can add it in for when you're ready to submit through here. It goes through Indeed and USA Job Searches. And then they also have it where you can also search for internships as well. So this is all available to you on our databases. So I hope these helped you a little bit. I hope my presentation told you a little bit about the libraries. If you all have any questions, please let me know, and I'd be glad to help you. I know
in the chat.
Okay, so let's go ahead and look in the chat if there's anything you have questions. I am not sure about the Borderlands, Miss Maria, about if it's coming out this year. Well, I know that Mr. Procell, I believe, is now in charge of the Borderlands, so hopefully they will be coming out with it. So we'll see how that goes, and if not, maybe in print, maybe it'll just come out virtually. So we'll find out from him. I do not have textbooks right now available to loan. We've been looking at something for the reserves. So a lot of people have books on reserve so our students can use them in the library. We don't have any right now, but we are looking at some of our textbooks to purchase and have available online as an ebook. So maybe we can get some information. If anyone has any suggestions, you guys can email or call me. My email is gsanc127 at epcc.edu, or you can call me at 831-4458, and I'll be glad to help you guys. Thank you guys. And thank you all for coming. And I hope you guys will be able to come. I know Miss Patricia has some flyer to show you up here on the main screen for Friday. We have our Engaged Learner series where we're going to have the career and transfer virtual services here at 1 o'clock. So make sure you come so you can hear what kind of services they can offer you.
We want to thank you for presenting today, Ms. Sanchez. You did a fantastic job. There's so many resources out there for us.
Well, thank you.
So we would like to invite you to join us this Friday for the Career and Transfer Services. We'd also like to invite you to come out this Wednesday for the Writing Center. And we want to thank you all for being here today. And again, special thank you to you, Ms. Sanchez, for presenting today. It was fantastic. Full of information.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all, and you all have a great day, and be careful and be safe.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks, Kristen. Great as usual.
Thank you.
See you later.
Okay, bye.